Hey YouTube friends, and welcome to my channel, RK Treasure Center. My name is Roy. Well, I'm really happy and excited about today's video because I'm going to talk about some items that sold like I do in a lot of videos, but I'm really happy with some of the items that sold, some higher priced items that sold that have been sitting for a while, and I know the reason why. Of course, if you watch my videos, if you're a subscriber, then you know that in the last couple of videos we went on a vacation, so we were gone for a little bit, and then when we got back we had to run up north and go see my daughter because she had to have surgery, and she's doing fine. So thank you for everybody that left comments and their little prayers. But what I wanted to get at was I actually turned the store off for a while because I had no idea how long we were going to be gone, and I didn't know how long to set the vacation settings for. I knew when we went on a trip how long we were going to be gone, but once we had to run up north I had no idea. So I just didn't terminate the listings. I just put it to where people that came to the store couldn't see my listings. That way they couldn't buy anything because I had no idea of how long the shipping and handling time would be. But one thing that I wanted to show, and I've talked about in my videos before, or not show but explain, was that if you refresh your store, if you have an eBay store and you bulk edit, you don't have to change anything. If you just bulk edit everything and then refresh it, just kind of relist it, then it refreshes your store. And a lot of the items that I've sold over the last couple of days since I've reopened the store, I guess you could say, is been selling, which means in the eBay algorithm it brought all those things that people were looking at and brought it back to the top of the search. eBay's algorithm, and I've explained a little bit about the eBay algorithm before, but eBay's algorithm is one of the things that it looks at is how many click ratios it has. And if you have an item that's listed and it's getting clicks all the time and 1,000 people are looking at it or 10,000 people are looking at it but nobody's buying it, unless you have it on promoted listing, which will give it and throw it back up every once in a while, it kind of gets pushed down. So that's why I've talked about before in the past of, if you have an eBay store, refresh your listings. If you don't have an eBay store or you just want to do individual items, then just move a word around, click on a listing and just change one little thing about it. Like I said, it's easy as just go to your listing and take your listing and just move a word around, and then you just redo it, relist it, kind of repost it. And what that does is it refreshes the algorithm's knowledge of that item and pushes it back to the top. Well, anyway, that's enough rambling about that. Let's just get into what sold, and I'll show you all the good things that sold, and some of them are some good Bolo items. All right, before we went on a trip, I picked up these mousetrap games. These were retail arbitrage over at Walmart. Again, in another video a long while back, I showed about going to Walmart and doing retail arbitrage to look for items to source for and find clearance items, and use the Walmart app on the phone to click on the barcode. Don't click on the clearance item code, click on the barcode, and you'll find some of them are marked down even more, what they call secret clearance. This was marked down to $5 from its original price of $24. And when I clicked the scan code, even though it had a markdown price of $5, they were actually marked down to $3. So I bought all the mousetrap games they had at Walmart sitting on that clearance aisle, which I think was 8 of them, and I sold 2 of them last night. Each one sold for $24.95. So, you know, I've well made my profit back because I've already sold all my mousetraps except for one. I got one more left. And when it comes to mousetraps, I will show you here in a second about a mousetrap game. Right here in a minute, you'll see. All right, couldn't help myself. A while back, I bought a 1986 mousetrap game, and I wanted to make sure it had all the pieces for it because old vintage board games will sell, especially if you've got good quality pictures and you can put out a good listing. Now, this one has prices all over the place. I've saw them sell anywhere from $15 to $35. So I'm going to try to list it and get it for a good price. But I thought I'd have a little fun in setting it up and seeing if it works. Make sure all the pieces were there. Because when I go to the thrift shop and buy board games at one of the thrift shops I go to, or actually 2 of the thrift shops I go to, they tape up the box so you don't know if it's complete. You're taking a gamble. Now, they're always priced down really cheap, $2.99 or something like that. So it's kind of a taking a gamble. Spend $2.99 and hope all the pieces are there. And generally they're pretty good at almost all the time. The board games that I've gotten have always been completed. But like I said, I just wanted to put it together, make sure it works, and I thought maybe we would give it a try to see if it works. All right, so I got all the pieces there. It does come with all the pieces. Actually, a mousetrap game is supposed to have only one dice. This one has two, so it's got an extra die in it. And it has the instructions, and all the pieces were there. And I think that's the original rubber band. I'm not sure. But the little guy over there, oops. And I'm trying to make sure I don't knock anything because we're going to give it a try. Let's see if this thing works. All right, we're going to turn the crank. I'm going to hit the boot. There, and it's off. It's rolling. Well, it works. And in fact, even dropped a little ball in my trash can. So I made 2 hole in 1. But anyway, so it works. I know it works good. I know all the parts and pieces are there. And like I said, I'm going to try to list this thing. I don't know. I'm going to try to be too competitive. I mean, I'm going to list it, but I want to be a little bit competitive with it. But I don't want to be too competitive. So I'll probably sell it for like $20 plus shipping. Just thought I'd show it to you. Boring. Didn't have to watch it. But I just wanted to show you. Sometimes you just got to make sure things work. And this was fun to do. All right, I've already got this box boxed up. What's inside here is a ceramic coffee mug from Burton & Burton. You'll be seeing the picture up here. This is a Bumblebee coffee mug. I started pre-boxing all my dishware, glassware, so that's why it's already in a box, because I was starting to stack that stuff up and I was afraid it was going to fall down and break. But so this is stacked up, this is boxed up, ready to go. And this sold for $9.99, and the buyer paid the shipping. And that was a good little find. Most coffee mugs I try to pick up for 50 cents to 99 cents at thrift shops. So this was a good coffee mug to find. Since we are talking about coffee mugs, this one's not boxed up. This one is a Fire King coffee mug, and you can see it says Stuckey's Coffee Club. This is a Bolo item. And what I mean is, if you ever get a chance, be on the lookout, Bolo, for this item. This item here is, I didn't have no clue about it. And I honestly didn't buy this. It was given to me. A neighbor gave me a Stuckey's coffee cup, and I was really happy about it. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and look it up and sell it. I'm glad I did. This coffee mug sold for $85 plus the buyer paid the shipping. I listed it and it sold within 1 hour. So Stuckey's Coffee Club coffee mug from Fire King, milk glass, is a Bolo item. Awesome, awesome sale. All right, so another Bolo item that I'm going to say that if you happen to come across that's really good is this right here. This is a Timmy Woods Beverly Hills Collection purse. And it is authentic, and it has the Timmy Woods Beverly Hills Collection label in there. This was another awesome find. Now, I actually found this and listed this probably about 6-7 months ago. Without looking, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I could tell it was 6-7 months ago. And it sat for a while. I had a lot of people looking at it, a lot of interest. Some people even sent questions and comments. I've had it on sale. I've had it on best offer. I didn't know whether to keep lowering the price or what to do with it. Well, I finally did go ahead and lower the price a little bit. And this sold for $115 plus the buyer paid the shipping. And a little clue about this is I paid $4.99 for it. So this was an awesome little find. And that's a Timmy Woods Beverly Hills Collection purse. And it's a solid, hard clamshell purse. Black and gold. It's really nice. He makes all different designs, but a good Bolo item if you happen to come across them. Just make sure they're authentic. I sold an Xbox game. This is Resident Evil 6, and it is complete. It does have both discs, and it has this little information card. This is not a Bolo item. This is not an expensive game. In fact, it only sold for, what did it sell for? $4.49, and the buyer paid the shipping. But a while back I picked up a bunch of games, and I sold the higher expensive games, and the individual games I was going to lot up, and I did like a special sale, so I didn't lot them all up. Well, this is one, I think I had like 6 games that I just did individually. They weren't worth very much. It's a good game, but it's not one that is worth a lot of money. And so I never got back to lotting those up. I just listed them individually. It was too easy. Take pictures, post it, let your title be your description, and give it a price. So that's why $4.49, and I think I probably paid about 25 cents for it. So anyway, it's profit. All right, so I'm sure you've seen the M&M characters like this whenever you go to around, especially around Christmas time, or you go to garage sales and thrift shops. Well, some of them are worth money, and some of them are worth a little bit of money, and some of them aren't worth any money. But I have sold M&M dispensers in the past. I mean, they're going to sell. If you can pick them up for $1 or less or something, maybe even $2 or less, you can probably sell it. They don't weigh a whole lot, and you're probably going to make some money. This, I actually got 2 of these that look identical, but one's a 1991 version, which is this one, and the other one's a 1992 version. Again, they look identical. It's just that the date on the bottom, one says 1991, one says 1992, and 1991 is a popular M&M dispenser. So the red M&M guy right here sold for, $26.99. And all you do is just open this up, put your M&Ms in there, close it up, and then turn his arm, and the M&M comes out. I'm going to say M&M dispensers are a Bolo item. If you can pick them up for an inexpensive price, they're worth selling, and they're easy to box up and ship. And the shipping doesn't cost very much because they're almost all very light. So this is going to make some money. Oh, and I think I paid maybe $2 for each one of these. So that's why I said if you can find them for $2 or less, hey, you're going to make the money. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping those items up so I can take them to the post office. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to show you yesterday's sales. I recorded it, but I didn't have a lot. I was kind of busy, didn't have a lot going on. So I just recorded the items that sold. So I'm going to go ahead and show you those real quick. Going to the B2 bin. And there it is. I sold my last Jadeite coffee mug. It's a Fire King coffee mug. You can see it says Fire King on the bottom. It's that D-handle shape. Really happy to sold. It sold for $25 plus shipping. And right above it, I sold, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. This Everbuilt Universal Thermal Cupper. This sold for $9.99 shipped. In the M1 bin, somewhere in the M1 bin, there we go. Sold this 4-pack of DC Collector's Pez dispensers. There's Joker, Riddler, Batman, and Two-Face. These sold for $9.99, and the buyer paid the shipping. All right, we're gonna go into the penny bin. I sold that right there. So let's see if I can get this off without knocking it down. See if I can show you inside there. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, got it. All right, sold this Spectrum remote control. This is a remote control that didn't cost me anything, but I sold it for $8.99 shipped. And in here in the K2 bin, right here, this was a retail arbitrage item I had for a while. This is a Megaconstructs Call of Duty. This sold for $10 plus shipping. Now we're going to the A1 bin and sold this right here. I just listed it, so I knew it was where it was at. This is called Viva E-Filter HEPA filter. There we are. Premium HEPA filter and carbon pre-filter filters. 2 true HEPA filters and 6 pre-filters. This sold for $19.99. All right, everyone. Well, that's all that I have for today's video. As you can see, I'm editing today's video. Hey, Roy. Yeah, Roy. Well, isn't that a little bit strange? If I'm talking to you right now, how can you be editing this video? That's a really good question. All right. Well, you do what you think you're doing, and I'll say goodbye to everybody. So goodbye, everybody. Well, goodbye, everybody. And remember, find it, sell it, profit. Take care, be safe, and be kind to one another. Bye-bye.